Hello and welcome to round 2, game 1 of the Fistful of Dice Netrunner Store Championships taking place in early February 2016. Legal packs up to Calagoda. On the left here, Will Compton playing HBNG in the future. On the right, David Kuhlman, who we saw in the last round, playing Noise. Noise v ETF, classic Netrunner, about as classic and standard as Netrunner comes. So Will installs ICE on R&D and then 2 remote servers. David's just taken a mulligan, I believe, taking his 5 cards. So there's a Street Peddler, click 1. That's an Imp and 2 other cards. I think the Imp's probably just going to come off, I would have thought. And check these remotes. Yeah, there's the Imp off the Street Peddler. Doesn't see what the other 2 cards are. That's going to mill a card from R&D. Run the first remote. That's the launch campaign. David trashes that one with cash, which means he can then run the other one. Cerebral, which he'll trash. Check HQ, and it's also getting Imp. Yeah, Imp the restructure. So that not a bad turn for David there. 4 cards in Will's archives already. Passes the turn. So Cerebral Overwriter in Will's ETF immediately says we're not looking at a standard food coats build. Will just monies up and passes the turn. David does 3 credits, drop a wild side. So that's going to start his card draw coming, getting all the viruses into hand, ready to start milling Will's deck. Will click 1 install, gets a credit from his ID. Black sleeves on the black table without a playmat means it's really difficult to see where Will's ice and unresed remotes are. Run on HQ. That's another restructure there, imped away. Take a credit, drop adjusted. David rolling now, no money, but he's got 2 cards coming in a turn. All his clicks. Ooh, Botic Labour there from Will. Installs getting the credit, triple advance. And that's going to be an ABT. And he's firing it as well. Brave man. Okay, so we got a next ice suite. So that's 2 next silvers there. 1 on HQ, 1 on R&D. David draws, click 1, take 2 credits and run archives, which is, that is a Jackson, I think. Jackson or Executive Boot Camp? I think it's a Jackson, yeah. So if Will did hit a Jackson off his ABT, that's just horrible. Okay, install advance Will. So we've seen him running a Cerebral Overwriter already, so he's using that as a bit of a mind game against David there. So could well be an agenda, equally could be another Cerebral, which isn't something David's going to want to hit. Basically challenging David to see if he's willing to run that. See, these sort of advanced server mind games are very gin-techy, not what you expect to see out of Venture in the future. David's just mulling over whether he wants to take well up on that or not. Yeah, he's going to run it. I think you have to, probably. Heart Psychology AI, so that's click and an advancement token to gain 2 clicks. Really different build here from Will, so not what you expect to see from ETF at all. Something really different, kind of interesting. At least it's not another food coats deck. Well called by Davis. Check that. A lot of players would have been put off quite possibly from that Cerebral Overwriter early on. There's a Lampreys. That's going to mill a card from Will. And that's the mill as well. So that's Will's turn. Mandatory draw. So install. I don't think we've seen what that remote is as of yet. Okay. Ballsy. Will's advancing that now. So there's an Aesops comes off the street ped there, which means, yeah, David can now sell that imp and get some money from that. Is he going to challenge that remote? Interesting that Will left that one, whatever it is, out there unprotected. Has now protected it and advanced it. So there's a Crota coming down. It's going to run HQ. So it's 1 to break, and then it's also, yeah, through the Lamprey, it's going to make Will lose a credit. Ooh, Vitruvius from hand. And David now checking that remote. Will can't afford to res that. That's another House Psychology AI. And then David finishes his turn taking a credit. Lamprey's a real pain to deal with. If the runner can get you in that Lamprey lock, your only real choice a lot of the time is to purge viruses to get rid of it, but that does mean you're giving up another turn of tempo to the noise player. Install. So there's a cash in David's hand, which is, even as a criminal card, is just one of the best cards in noise. You get a mill, you get credits off it, you can then sell it on. Just really nice. Combine it with Grimoire for even more money. Yeah, sell it to Aesops. Fantastic. So going to check that. That's a next bronze. David hasn't got an answer to that right now. Does leave Will with no money though. There's a daily cast, so click 3. Yeah, it just takes credit. So Will takes mandatory draw, installs a new server, takes 2 credits. Yeah, David sells the cash. I think David just runs HQ here and keeps the Lamprey lock going. Oh, there's another Lamprey actually. Yeah, install that second Lamprey, then really put the pressure on, I think. Okay, so there's the imp, which is going to mill a card. Running that new remote. So that's a Jackson, which Will is going to use and remove from the game. Returning Jackson, Restructure, and Biotic Labour, I think that was. So David got set up quite quickly here at his noise, just really putting all the pressure on Will. He's now got his Aesops, Wildside, and the Pancakes. Deja Vu, which is going to take back Parasite and a cash. It's going to be cash, final click, right? Okay, Parasite. So just challenging Will now to better protect the HQ. Otherwise that lamprey, if that ice does go, the lamprey lock will just start to really kill Will. Okay, Will scores out of Vitruvius. So HQ ice dies. That does leave it unprotected. Considering how little money Will's managed to get and keep in this game, he has managed to get up to 4 points. There's a run on HQ from David. That's a trick of light. Now we know what those hard psychology AIs were doing, I guess. Clone chip from David. And then his final click. Just mulling over his options. Yeah, he runs HQ again. Have another look. GFI, that's quite a big one. So that evens up the scores now at 4 apiece. Will mandatory draw. He's got to protect HQ, make some money, and deal with that lamprey lock issue. So yeah, so installs card takes money, but all that's actually going to do is just encourage David to keep up this lamprey lock on the HQ. Sells Aesops, the cash, kiss the wild side draw. Yeah, it's another lamprey, so it's going to mill a card. Run HQ is going to cost Will 2 credits. Yeah, Victor 1.0 there, David sees. Doesn't decide to imp that. Deja Vu. Obviously taking now the cash. Cash and Parasite again? Parasite medium. Click Forge. Run HQ again and make use of that imp, I guess, because you're probably going to want to cash that next. Okay. Parasite on the ice. That needs a mill. Yeah, Will's just remember that, yeah. Throws an Aesops into his heap. This is tough for Will now. It's not got a lot of money. It's not got a lot of ways to keep David out, okay. Install, take 2 credits. That piece of ice is going to die to the Parasite. David just deciding his plan of attack here. He's going to check that remote. Clone chip into Parasite to kill that ice. That gets him another Vitruvius. 6 points. He's got to just check the archives there, right? Yeah, he's going to mill what he can into archives. That's the cash. He knows there's no way for Will to get even out of the archives. So it's got to be the right time to check. Has he got any other viruses he can install for? Okay, he's actually going to run R&D. This is a Victor from Will. David clicks through end the run, takes the brain damage. He knows he's comfortable here. He doesn't really care. There goes the Faust. Oh, oh. Okay, David was on click 4. That's why. Sorry, I thought he clicked through the through the end of run. Actually, he had to take the brain damage and the end of run. So Will archive memories for Jackson Howard. See, maybe that was the right time for David to run there, because now Will's got a way to get cards out of the archives. HQ run, there's Victor. David clicks through the brain but lets the end of run fire. Oh no, he's going to click through both. And there's a GFI. Real tough game for Will, just locked into that Lamprey lock really early. Tons and tons of pressure from David, just really not giving Will a chance to set up or get his game going. Would have been interesting to see what Will's deck was doing there. Running the Heart Psychology AI, which is one of those cards that you look at and you say, what does that do again? Trick of Lights in there as well, and we saw the Cerebral Overwriters. Yeah, no idea what Will's game plan is, but it's an interesting deck I would like to have seen more from. So that's a win from David, and we'll be back shortly with game 2 for this round.